As a learned scholar, I have taken a course in cultural anthropology, which led me to the following theorem. I know why men wear pants.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, why?
Well, hang on. Pants as opposed to, say, leopard skins.
I don't even know what leopard skins are.
Well, it's like pants without pants. Here's the deal. Men wear pants because men like pants that have pockets.
I'm a woman and I like pants with pockets.
Well, but you also have purses, yes?
Oh, that's true.
To carry stuff. So you get your wallet, your cell phone, a pack of gum, something like that. That's why you have pockets. That's why you have purses and bags and stuff, yes?
Yeah.
It's to carry all of your stuff because you can't have it in a leopard skin.
Yes.
True. Now, take this one step further and take it to the traveling conundrum where you're going someplace else. You got to have clothes, you got to have toiletries.
Oh, man.
You're taking a bag, aren't you?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
You're taking a tote.
Some people pack too much.
A satchel, luggage, bag. You're taking everything you need.
Yes.
But what happens if it doesn't arrive with you?
Oh, it's just the end of the world.
Boom. It's frustrating. It's irritating. And you know what? That is today's topic on Voca Vacay. And we're going to talk about unclaimed baggage, unclaimed luggage, basically where these things wind up and how you can benefit personally. Ready for this? That's Maria over there.
That's Frank.
And Voca Vacay starts right now.
Prepare yourself for the bestest, amazingest, and overall super duperest travel program in the history of ever. Vacation like it's your job and live vicariously through yourself. It's time now for Voca Vacay.
Und guten Morgen, unseren Freunden. Wir haben machen Spaß. Da.
Oh, what?
Means we're having fun.
I love that
Kind
you
of.
can speak another language.
Not very well. I made up some of that. No, but here's the deal. We're giving a special shout out to our new friends in Germany.
Yay!
And also in Bulgaria.
We have Voca Vacayers in 2 new countries, y'all.
Yeah. Zwei.
That's very cool.
2 countries have now joined the Voca Vacay family, the
Nice.
global, ever-expanding family.
Yes.
So thank you to our new podcast listeners and YouTube watchers
Yay.
in Germany and Bulgaria.
Da.
Great to have you. Da is yes in Bulgaria,
Yes.
and ja is yes in German.
Perfect.
So we can say da, ja, and it counts. Ha!
Thanks, guys. We're really, really excited that we have some listeners in 2 new countries.
We really do appreciate it. And of course, feel free to check in anytime on our website, vocavacay.com, Facebook, Twitter, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
We're there. And thanks for finding us. We really do appreciate that. That's so cool.
Cool.
Because today's topic, the podcast topic this time around is international, because it happens to everybody.
That's true.
Your luggage gets lost.
It really sucks when your luggage gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
But the topic of today's show is really exciting because when somebody loses their luggage or just forgets to bring something with them, it becomes somebody else's treasure.
Oh.
So it sucks for them, treasure for you.
You're like you strike me as like glass half full kind of person right now. Oh, the luggage is lost. But is it really? No, it can be found. So, yeah. Let's talk about this because lots of people lose stuff on flights. And we talk about flights primarily, but also there's trains, there's buses.
Right.
Mass conveyance transportation is what we're talking about here. And if you're going to lose stuff, is it gone forever or whatever? It's like there are things that happen to you when you travel.
Right.
It might be gone.
I know.
So let's concentrate on this right now. And you, Marie, my long-suffering wife, has actually tracked down the top 10 items, I tells you, of things that are left behind. So here's the deal. There's a couple things to talk about here. One is lost luggage, and this, which goes into it as well, is things that are simply left behind on the plane.
Yeah.
That you might forget. It wasn't the airline's fault. It was your fault.
Yeah.
But it all winds up in the same place. So first, we start with
left behind on a plane, train, or a bus.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Mass
Okay.
conveyance.
Mass conveyance.
What do you got?
Okay, the top 10 items left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, iPads.
Why would you leave an iPad?
I don't know. I'm really like...
Those are large, yes? You should notice that isn't with you.
Well, look, it's very stressful to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is on a million different things, especially if you've never traveled before.
Right.
And you're like, there's like protocols. There's people talking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, put your seatbelt on. And then... we're at so much elevation. Sit down. And what do you want? Pretzels or peanuts? Like, it's like so much. It's like sensory overload.
It is. Okay, I'll leave my iPad behind. You fool. But that's the problem is that, especially on airlines, there's that little seat pocket in front of you. Just slide it in. And
out of sight, out of mind.
It's gone forever now, Slick.
Yep. So iPads, and then second, iPhones. I just can't even.
Yeah.
I would never leave behind an electronic device. Like, that's just me,
Okay, now
though.
this woman has left me behind in airports more than once.
I'd leave you behind before I'd leave my phone. No, I'm just kidding. Love of my life.
There's a whole lot of husbands, wives out there going, "Oh yeah, she speaks the truth. What's the problem, Frank?" Of course, I'd definitely pick the iPhone over you. Golly.
Honey.
iPhones are
Never.
number 2. Never.
Okay, yeah.
Love you. Okay.
Neck pillows.
Okay. Oh, are these the things that look like someone's taken a bite out of a bagel and wrapped it around their neck?
If it was an actual bagel, I might actually start using them.
I don't use these. I've never gotten into. Some people swear by these.
Right.
You don't have one of these. You have something kind of similar but different.
I have a camping blow up camping pillow.
Yeah.
And I like it better. Well, I actually have never really used one of these neck pillows, and people are like, they're fantastic. They'll change your life.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to spend the money for it when I already have a blow up camping pillow.
Right.
Because a blow up camping pillow is not very big.
No.
And when you blow it up, if you half blow it up, it conforms around you anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe someday I'll try one.
And then when you're packing it down, just deflate that sucker and pack it up and,
yeah, because then it goes down to nothing.
Yeah.
That's the thing you can't do with the neck pillow.
Yeah.
They do have blow up neck pillows though.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe someday we'll try one.
Someday, but right now I just use the power of my neck bones. Wow.
You sleep real comfortably on planes, don't you?
I get my best sleep of my life is at 20,000 feet.
Oh,
okay.
man.
What else we got?
I can't sleep on planes at all.
Oh, I do.
Okay, this one I have actually lost once.
You fool.
I left it behind.
No way.
It made me terribly upset. A water bottle. Because, man, I had one of those fancy collapsible ones that you, don't put anything in before you go through security. And then, you come out of security and you're like, ha-ha, now I shall have my water and not have to pay $3.99
Yeah, take
at
that
the newsstand.
Dasani.
I know.
Yeah.
Because, it's expensive to buy water in an airport.
Yeah.
It's triple the price of regular water.
Oh, yeah, it's like the rationing there.
Okay, triple the price of regular water. It's triple the price of
water that you get at the store. Just,
bottled water that you would buy. Regular water is kind of free.
Yeah. But they jack up the prices of what you pay at, say, Walmart.
Right.
They're just because they've got you there. You're a captive audience. Of course, you're going to buy some water.
Right.
You had a portable, foldable, collapsible water bottle.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
Yeah.
Fool.
That one I regret.
That ruined your entire vacation, didn't it?
No, well, I don't want to have to buy another one, but at some point it'll have to happen.
It's going to happen.
Post-COVID.
Darn it.
Okay, clothing.
Okay.
People leave behind clothing.
I can see a jacket or something.
I'm sure I've left gloves or something.
Right.
I don't really feel like I have, though.
I've probably left a pair of socks behind. Don't ask me how.
Because you're one of those people that takes your shoes off on a plane.
Did I mention that I sleep on a flight and I can't sleep with socks on my feet? It's one of those weird amalgamations. I hate having,
things I learn about you every day.
How long have we been married?
So many
years.
6 glorious years. Honey, no, that's really cool. I actually didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I will take my shoes off on the plane, but I keep my socks on.
Shoes, socks.
Well, here's the thing. If whatever class of flight class.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever class you're in.
Yeah, first class, economy, comfort, whatever.
They'll give you a little toiletry kit and some of the economy, comfort, and, and premium and up.
Like the little slippery thingies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do that because there's a lot of germs in the carpet on a plane.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think when you say you take your socks off, you're not walking around.
Oh, yeah.
You're just sleeping.
No, I'll walk around. I'll do some high kicks and all that stuff. Pedicures, meet the neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Too much. Okay, maybe not. But still. Okay, I can see let me go back. Jackets. Maybe people leave their jackets behind.
Okay.
Clearly not the socks. Who would do that?
Left my socks behind.
I left my socks.
It's the most random thing ever.
On Delta Airlines, Flight 63 to Orlando.
There is probably a show we should do about annoying things that people do on planes. One of them is probably taking off your socks and shoes.
What?
Just saying.
Should I start the list about my habits?
Can I just say we're usually not sitting around other people.
Oh, gosh,
we usually are on flights where it's just a twofer.
Yeah.
On either side of the plane, and it's just us.
Yeah.
And we're usually in an emergency exit row.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you're getting your feet funk everywhere. It's fine.
Insult my foot funk. What else
I'm moving
you got?
on.
Okay.
Scarves.
I don't.
Wouldn't scarves be considered clothing, though?
You would think so.
Okay.
What's all the scarf travel?
Maybe it's so many left behind that they had to count it as its own
warrants
category.
its own category.
Yeah, for sure.
Bizarre.
Okay, this one shocks me to my very core because I never leave these behind. I just started wearing glasses in the last couple of years. So glasses is next.
Right.
I would never leave. I don't feel like I would ever leave these.
Yeah.
Now I need them so bad because I'm old. But like also I love I love designer sunglasses.
Right.
And I will hold on to those suckers for years and never lose them. And I would never leave them on a plane.
Okay, you and I are two totally different people because I buy sunglasses at the Dollar General. I've literally lost a pair of sunglasses within 30 minutes of buying them.
You have. It is so frustrating.
I have. I mean, she'll be like, "Oh, we're going to the desert." This is me doing you. If you're listening to the podcast, this is me doing her voice, by the way. So close your eyes and she, "Oh, you need some glasses. We're going to the desert." See, right? You can't tell. Okay, so
sounds just like me.
Wow, I opened my eyes and there you are. But what happened is I cannot keep a pair of sunglasses. I'll buy a pair of sunglasses, and literally, if I have a pair of sunglasses longer than a full week, that is the best pair of sunglasses I've ever owned.
This is true about him.
I lose them. And it's not a matter, did you break them? Did you sit on them? No, they just left. They're just gone. They just disappeared.
I think it's because you buy incredibly cheap sunglasses. So they're already in your mind kind of they're disposable.
Of course they are. They're sunglasses.
Mine are like expensive because they're nice.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ever leave them somewhere.
But see, well, here's the deal. If I lose mine, I lost $1. I don't care.
You know what, though? There's something to be said for that. Maybe I should start buying cheap sunglasses. Because the second I lose like a $270 pair of sunglasses, I'm going to lose my mind.
Ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
You know, if I lose $1 pair of, cheap sunglasses, like ZZ Top song, the cheap sunglasses. Yeah, if I lose that, that's all right, guys. All right.
They're great.
Okay, moving on. What else you got?
Cameras.
Do people still have? I guess people still use cameras. I'm just thinking everybody shoots stuff on their cell phones now.
Well, like what's perplexing to me is that if you find yourself to be an amateur, semi-amateur, or professional photographer of any sort, and you leave a camera somewhere, man, that's just heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that just hurts me in my bones.
Yeah, you kind of need to have that.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then there's cameras, and with cameras, there's lenses, there's detachable. I mean, because cameras are not just one unit. I mean, there's lenses come off, there's lens caps, there's all sorts of filters, all sorts of stuff that you can actually leave behind.
There's got to be a really good reason why this is so like in this category, like the top 10.
But people leave them behind.
Wow.
Okay, there's that. And then
last but not least, this one would really, even more so than the cameras or the techno gadgets.
Right.
This would hurt me to my core, hands down. If I left my passport somewhere, I would lose my ever-loving mind. Yeah. There, I said it.
I can tell you right now where my passport is. I don't know where my sunglasses are because I don't think I own any right now.
But do you know where your socks are?
Actually, I'm doing this show barefoot.
We actually are.
Hello, ladies.
No, but your passport,
No, I know. I can tell you. I know exactly where I can have my passport in a minute.
Yeah,
I know
me too.
where it is.
Me too.
Because that's just one of those things you got to know where it is.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not traveling, I know where the passport is.
Right.
And this has happened before, where sometimes we basically have a check system when you and I are driving to the airport, and we'll take a Lyft or an Uber or something like that.
Yes.
And what we'll do is, it's like before we leave the house, you do one of those, we call them, basically idiot checks, where it's like you feel your wallets go, okay, keys here, wallets here, passports here. And then when we get into the cab or the Lyft or the taxi or whatever it is,
check again.
We check again, and we actually physically held them out. And we say, okay, this is my passport.
Do it again before we get out of the Lyft.
Yes.
Or out of the car.
Yeah.
After we park and get on the shuttle or however we're going to the airport that day.
Yeah, that passport is everything.
And then again after we come through security.
Yes. Oh, we don't play.
No.
That's the one thing. It's like, if I have a passport and a credit card, I can go anywhere on the planet. I'm going to be fine.
Right.
But, beyond that, because that's the one thing you really, really got to have.
Well, and that's like, I was telling you about this. You were in Bulgaria, and I had to go back and forth a couple of times, and I went back over to see you, and I left the house without my main wallet.
Right.
That like I would bring normally, but there's also a little change purse thing that I would use just in Bulgaria to take things out of the main wallet, put it in there so that when we're walking around doing whatever, it'd be like just a few things like a credit card, whatever, like Bulgarian cash that would be in there.
Yeah, some coins, whatever.
Yeah. And then like the Bulgarian resident card, like that ID for over there. I had that with me. I left my main wallet, but I had that in my passport. And I didn't go back to get my main wallet because why? I had my passport.
Yeah.
And I had whatever I would need in Bulgaria. So they're able to check me in with my passport and everything.
Right.
So I'm able to travel. I'm able to go through customs So as long as you have your passport, that's really the number one thing.
That's true.
So it shocks me that so many people leave them behind.
Yeah, and lose the passport. Oh boy, that's something you just don't want to do.
Oh man,
it's just bad.
Have you
news
ever
bears.
lost a passport?
No.
Me either. I mean, I've heard stories and like people, you can get it rectified, but it is a process.
The only problem I've ever had with the passport, and I'm going to use the plural word here, passports, is I have more than one.
Right.
Not from other countries or anything. No. Because they expire.
Right.
And so, and I still have the old one. I don't know why I still have this. I'll throw it in the scrapbook, but still in like the.
Well, they give it back to you because it has country. Like they don't want you to miss out on your stamps that you've gotten.
Yeah.
And like, there's some cool stuff
I've got
in
stamps.
there.
I got visas,
Right.
from, travel visa. I mean, they're really kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so they'll give it to you, but basically they stamp a hole in your passport.
Yeah.
So it's now void.
Right.
That's fine. But sometimes I'll just go, oh, that's not the one.
Right.
I really need to throw that like in the dungeon of scrapbook or something like that
Right.
because it doesn't need to be where my actual passport is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only concern I've ever had.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, you shouldn't leave your passport behind.
No.
So here's what happens. Here's the rules. Let's say that you have something on this top 10 list or you're going
Yes.
through or whatever. If you leave something on a plane, what's the first thing you do?
Well, you can't go back and get it.
No, you cannot.
So you panic.
Panic is number one. I was about to say panic number one. Start screaming loudly. It always helps at the airport if you go crazy. No, that's not a concern for anyone right now. Okay, so you panic. The most important thing you do is
You go and you like report it
immediately.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You just call Lost and Found or something?
Yeah, the first thing you do, if you're actually in the airport, if you realize, oh, I've left something on the plane.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, stop.
Right.
Do not keep walking. Don't go through security.
Oh.
Don't go through immigration. Don't go through customs. Don't go through another checkpoint.
Right.
Stop where you are.
Yes.
And look around immediately for a gate agent. If it's someone on your airline, like if you fly, say, Delta or Lufthansa or whatever,
Right.
pick an airline. Find that person. Say, I just got off this flight. Here's my flight number.
Right.
I left this on the plane.
Yes.
They will help you.
They will, because I remember when we took the group of students abroad, one student left her journal on the plane.
Yes.
And we got all the way up to customs. And then it was like, can I go back? And it's like, no, this is past the point of no return.
Yeah.
We are past like, do not cross over this if you don't ever want to go back security line. And we're all the way up through customs. Like, it's like that. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, there's no takesies backsies at this point.
Yeah, I mean.
But had she realized it when we came off the jet bridge, that's when you can tell someone, the gate agent or whatever, who can call the plane because they have a cleaning crew.
Yeah. The clean crew is going to find it. I mean,
Yeah.
they go through, they sweep, they clean, they scrub, especially with COVID now. They disinfect. They cover every square inch of the plane. They're
Yes.
going to find it.
Now, when you cross the jet bridge, you can't physically go
No.
back.
No.
But a gate agent can call the plane, and one of the cleaning crew or the flight attendants, like that flight crew that's
Yeah, because the
leaving
flight
that
attendant,
flight,
they're about to
they're
deplane
coming
anyway.
off. Yeah, they can bring you. In fact, you saw that happen.
Yes, and I saw it happen. Well, I actually saw it happen the other way.
Okay.
Where I was on a plane. I was flying from New York to North Carolina for some reason, but I'm on this flight. And I remember this very distinctly, that there was a guy who was getting on and he had a daughter, and the girl was like 10 years old. She's in that age.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she left behind a book or a notebook or a backpack. It was something,
Very
it's
important
hers.
to her.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
important. And he actually asked the stewardess, I'm sitting right there, I'm already seated. He asked the flight attendant, I should say, not stewardess. He asked the flight attendant, hey, can we go back? And she said, no, once you walk, that's a one-way, jet bridge. You can't go the other way.
Yeah.
But let me call the gate agent out there. She calls the gate agent. The gate agent's like, oh, yeah, it's right here. And they basically just walked it down,
That's
handed
nice.
it in. And so they do want you to get your stuff. They want you to have a good experience with this.
Well, and they don't want bags laying around.
No.
Because that's like creepy and dangerous these days.
Yeah. That's bad news bears. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. The first thing is when something happens, stop. Do not pass go. Don't keep proceeding through the airport. Go, I will call them when I get home. Are you insane?
Yeah.
Wherever you are is where you stop.
Yeah.
And just go, I lost this.
Yeah.
Now, if you do go too far and you realize later on, look, you call Lost and Found, you call your airline and say, I was on this flight and, it's gone. They will probably recommend you to or refer you to the Lost and Found at that airport.
Right.
You can call them directly, whatever, but just make notes of these things.
Right, sure.
Okay. So that's stuff where it's either that you've taken it with you or it's a carry-on. They also have problems with check bags.
Right.
Because sometimes check bags don't make it.
Yeah, like
It's
for
rare.
some weird reason, like, and it's not because they've been lost, and like, I had bad experience maybe once.
Right.
That I really can recollect that my bag was lost.
Yes.
But sometimes people don't pick up their bags.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay, most bizarre instance I ever had. I was on a Delta flight, and this was it was a nonstop flight from Atlanta to a small town called Valdosta, Georgia. And this is an absolutely true story. I'm not making this up. I had one bag to be checked onto the flight. Between Atlanta and Valdosta, which is a nonstop flight. It takes about 40 minutes.
Yeah, because it's only like 3.5 hours of driving time.
Yeah, my bag disappeared.
That is so odd.
What? And they said, oh, yeah, we never put it on.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is now with scanners and lasers and basically they're coding everything. They know where your bag is.
Yeah.
So here's the statistic.
Yeah.
As far as if you're actually going to fly.
Yeah.
If your bag that you checked on is going to make it with you or not.
Oh, nice.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
99.9% chance you're going to get your bag.
Oh, sweet.
So when you're standing there at the luggage carousel, and then it starts to dwindle, and everyone else is leaving, and the custodial crew is coming out, and there's no more bags. And isn't that the most? That's like the saddest thing ever. That's like a Sarah McLachlan video at the animal shelter. It's like, I will remember you. It's just like, where's my bag? I'm so lost without my bag.
Yeah.
It's gone forever. No. Look,
yeah. That's a very good statistic, I have to say.
Yeah, their batting average is exceptional.
Because I've only really had maybe the one time that was really bad, but I know for a fact I've run into people, I know people, I can't believe they lost my bag again. It seems to always happen to them. So maybe it's all relative to maybe the airline or maybe just... Or maybe you tried to board the flight too late. I don't know.
Or maybe they're just cursed. It could be a curse from no.
That's real that's plausible.
No. Yeah. You're probably right. What probably happened is that they boarded it too late. It just didn't get on the little shuttle tram or something like that.
Connecting flights.
If you
try and book something and you are just taking the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
They're going to, the connection time isn't going to be great. It's either going to be too long or too short.
Yeah.
And so then your bag doesn't make it, but you do.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing with the technology now, and this is a great point that you were making, with all of the scanning and the lasering and all the things. Like Delta is who we fly a lot.
Yes.
Delta literally, through the Delta app.
Oh, I love that app.
It literally notifies us every time our bag has been checked from point to point to point to point on our trip.
It's like, boom, your bag is now on flight 2715. Boom. Have a nice flight on 2715. Your bag is with you. They do it all the time. They do.
And I like it when you land and they're like, boom.
Boom.
Your bag is being transferred to the carousel.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah. They will tell you step by step the facts like, okay, guys, just give me the bag. But no, I really appreciate it. Here's the deal. Occasionally your bag will not make a connecting flight. And that's a great point because sometimes if you're getting like too cute or if there's a weather delay and it's like, hey, I've got 20 minutes to get across O'Hare in Chicago or LAX or something like that. If it's a connecting flight, you might be sprinting across the airport. Your suitcase can't sprint. It's going to get on the luggage conveyance thing. The guys are going to sort it. They're going to put it on the thing and up, whatever.
Right.
It may not make it.
Apparently, like in the guts of the airport where the bags go.
Right.
I know this because when we were in Amsterdam, you could see a part of it.
Yes.
Like we were sitting, waiting on a flight, and it had this weird jetted out window that you could see. We could see somehow some of the conveyor system of the bags.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it was then that we looked this up or we came across this information somehow. But anyway, apparently it's like a whole system and it's really cool and it's very intricate. And it goes through lots of all kinds of different belts and what are they called? Like
the conveyor belts.
The conveyor belts and all the stuff. And it's really, really advanced.
Yeah. Your bag's probably not going to get lost. Might be delayed, but getting lost is a different thing.
So I like the statistic.
Yeah. So odds are, look, you're going to get your bag. Okay, so here's the process. So if your bag is lost forever, and I just mean gone.
So either it got really, really lost and you gave up on it.
Yeah.
Or if you just didn't pick it up when you left.
Right.
Which is weirred, but it happens.
You ever walk out of the airport, it's like, did I have a bag? I just left.
You're like, I'm done. I'm done. I've gotten home and y'all can just keep it.
Worst trip to Vegas ever. Just keep the bag too, why don't you?
My mind is just going to these stories where it's like, who would leave a bag? Well, maybe if you went to elope.
Oh.
Or something and then it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, you can keep it.
Yeah.
I'm done with this part of the journey. This story, something like that.
This is basically a 90-day fiance story that you're telling us right now.
Oh, God. I'm sure it happens.
I got back from Brazil and I just said, forget her and keep all the stuff too.
Or if you got divorced.
Yeah.
and you were like moving across the country, you're like, I don't want anything from over there at all.
I'm just
keep it.
I'm off the grid.
I'm starting fresh.
Keep
I'm
the
starting
iPhone,
anew.
keep the bag. That's it.
Yeah.
I got a credit card and a passport. I can make it work.
Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Okay, so if your bag is lost forever, here's what the airline's going to pay you a claim. I think it's like $200.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're going to give you a little something.
Okay.
After a 3-month search to reunite you with the bag, the unclaimed bag, this is a sad thing. It's declared orphaned.
No, not orphan.
It is orphan.
No.
This happens to less than 0.03% of all checked luggage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really low.
Yeah, odds are you're going to get your bag back.
Wow.
So what happens? So now let's say that you have one of the 0.03% of all bags that are lost.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
I don't know.
What happens next?
I don't know.
We have the answer.
That's what we're talking about.
We're taking you now to the lovely burg of Scottsboro, Alabama.
Yes.
We got to go there.
Okay.
Scottsboro, Alabama. This is the place. And, you got to talk about this. Unclaimed Baggage in Scottsboro, Alabama.
I love it. And we went, and it was amazing in every way.
And if you're watching the YouTube video, if you look at all the bounty, all the booty
on
bounty
on
the table,
yeah.
These are some of the items that were purchased at Unclaimed Baggage.
And we will talk about these in a little bit.
Darn right. But if you're just wondering, why are there purses up here? Well, they're hers, and there's a reason why. Here's the deal. Here's the history.
Yeah.
History lesson.
Yeah.
50 years ago, 1970, mind you, Doyle Owens, he lives down Scottsboro, Alabama. He borrowed a pickup truck and $300. He drives to Washington, D.C., and he bought his first load of unclaimed baggage. Now, back then, they didn't have computers and scanners and all that stuff, so your bag was more likely to be lost.
Oh, right, sure.
So he bought it from Trailways Bus Line.
Wow.
Do you remember Trailways?
No, not at all.
Yeah, there used to be Trailways and Greyhound. Now there's just Greyhound.
Okay.
So Trailways has gone defunct. They're no longer funked. He takes it back to Alabama and he starts selling this. It's a huge hit.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of this?
I was way too young and now you were born yet. So what happens? He has a full-time insurance job and he leaves it.
Yeah.
To start the Unclaimed Baggage Center. He starts talking to airlines and trains and bus everybody. His first big contract was with Eastern Airlines.
Never even heard of that either.
Yeah, that's gone too.
Wow.
But he had the contract for him.
Yeah.
So here's what happens now.
Okay.
He has contracts with everybody.
Right.
You know, the Doyle Owens family and this whole, the group down there, they have it with Delta and United, everybody. Basically, if you have an unclaimed bag, it's going there.
Yeah, okay.
To these guys.
Wow.
Okay.
That's super cool.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Here's the process. Big semi-trucks full of stuff arrive.
Okay.
Big trucks.
See, but if they're big trucks and it's lots of trucks like semis, that 0.03% doesn't seem very big.
It doesn't.
But then if you're going to put it all in one place, I guess it's pretty big.
Especially when you think the scale. And again, this is pre-COVID and it's going to be post-COVID soon when the airline industry bounces back.
Yeah.
But think about how many people fly a day. Sure, it's
Right.
0.03%. So the odds of it happening to you are pretty minuscule.
Right.
But if things just keep, if you got thousands or tens of thousands of people in the air, it's going to start adding up.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You're going to have the ratio just catch up with you.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So cool.
Items are divided into 3 categories: resell, repurpose,
Oh, I love that.
recycle.
I love it.
Okay. They process 7,000 items every day for the sales floor.
Oh my gosh.
7,000.
That's so much.
Yeah. So, and that's why we say and we're about to talk about the store here in a minute, but when you walk in, if you don't see what you want immediately, what should you do?
Walk around and look for it.
And come back the next day.
Oh, yeah. And come back the next day.
The inventory is going to change.
Yes.
Yeah. Love that.
And recently we know that if you can't come back every day, there's a new alternative. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But you can always shop for their stuff.
But it's cool because you can look around and see all this different stuff. And like maybe some of it came from like famous people.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it's just regular everyday people, but something you really need.
Yeah.
Or like something you really are like, wow, that's an expensive thing I would never buy, but it's here on discount.
It's a
I will buy
revolving
it.
stock all the time.
That is so cool.
I love that. So here's what they do for repurpose. And I did not know this. I looked it up. On average, they donate 1 item for each item they sell. For example,
that's nice.
if you leave behind your eyeglasses.
Yes.
Okay. They will basically repurpose them to the Lions Club. And the Lions Club has received hundreds of thousands of pairs of eyeglasses from Unclaimed Baggage in Alabama. And what they do is, because Lions Club, that is the social group that helps people with poor vision.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing you got to keep in mind is that if you left your glasses behind on the plane, they weren't thrown out.
Yeah.
Someone's actually using them right now. That's kind of cool.
I love that.
Love that, don't you?
That's really cool.
Good, folks. Wheelchairs, medical supplies, some clothing is also donated. Oh, the wheelchairs, by the way, I didn't know this. Wheelchairs are delivered to prisons where they're repaired and then they're donated.
That's really cool.
So everybody, yeah. That's kind of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to this stuff. And everyone's thinking, hey, Frank, that's nice. They repurpose and they recycle, but what do they resell?
That's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah. Here we go. The sellable stuff is washed at the biggest laundromat in Alabama.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, and here's the thing. I love thrifting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, check this out. I've never seen, I don't know, like an antiquing.
Right.
Like, I've never seen this made this way, or like, this is a porcelain whatever.
Yeah.
Like, a porcelain tea bag holder. Like, it's like, and it's,
made in the shape of a cat.
Right.
From the
And
Ming
it's like,
Dynasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're okay.
But I also like really nice, clean things that are like, dust free and like have been like.
Everything they get is cleaned. It is scrubbed down. It is fine. In fact, even the electronics, they test all the electronics out and then they strip them of all the personal data. So if you get someone else's iPad, iPhone, whatever, there's nothing on there.
Right.
It has been taken back down to ground zero.
Okay, cool.
All the jewelry is cleaned.
Oh, wow.
So they clean all that up.
Yeah.
Everything is appraised, and then it goes to the sales floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How many items go to the sales floor a day?
Apparently they process 7,000 every day just for the sales floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Now, again, these are pre-COVID numbers, and there's not as many people flying right now, so not as many bags are getting lost, but still a substantial amount of stuff is going out there.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about when you walk in, when you drive down to Scottsboro, Alabama, and we live a couple hours from there, so we drove on down.
Yeah, we're in Tennessee.
Yep.
Which is the southeastern, but sort of toward the middle United States.
Yeah.
So, like, we're right above Alabama. And so we're about 2.5 hours
a little
from
bit
Unclaimed Baggage.
Yeah, about that, depending on how fast we go in the back roads. Yeah.
But you go through a series of small towns, and they're kind of cute and quaint. And, like, you get to see some of the countryside.
There you go.
And then you start to see the signs for Unclaimed Baggage.
Unclaimed Baggage up ahead, Scottsboro,
because
Alabama.
not only is it a destination and a mecca, but it's a calling for some people.
It is.
Some people really, because when you hear about it, you're like, now I want to go.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's something to see. So anyway, you start seeing the signs, and then you reach it, and you realize how freaking big this place is.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I had in the back of my head it's going to be the size of like a Dollar General.
Yeah, no, it is a warehouse.
It is large.
It's a long parking lot. It's big. You will likely have to park far away
And walk.
They have a few entrances and exits. Like, it's a complex.
Oh, yeah. There's an annex building with more stuff.
Yes. There's a cafe.
Yeah.
Like, people probably are like shopping and they're like, I need a hoagie. Like, it's like, I've been shopping all day, Like,
I got winded. I could have gone for a snack.
We were there about how long?
Oh.
Half a day?
Couple hours, half a day. Yeah, that's about right.
And, so you first see how big it is. Then you're like, you walk in, and my first impression was, oh, wow. It smells really good in here. Like, because when you think you're thrifting, you get that, like, you walk in, you get that sort of musty thrift store
whiff
type
of
smell.
I'm in grandma's attic.
Right.
I'm looking for lamps.
No, not this place. It smelled good. It smelled like a retail store. And then you just take in all of the stuff.
Yes.
It's so much stuff.
And when you walk in, you're walking in the middle of the store. So if the thing's elongated, you're walking dead center to their stuff to your front or to the front, to the right, to the left.
Yeah.
It is sensory overload.
It is.
And suddenly you're like a kid in a candy store if you really like this sort of thing. And you're just like, oh my gosh, where do I start?
Where do I begin?
They give you a map of the store.
They do.
Here's a map. Here's the guidelines. And their helpers are incredibly friendly. All the sales staff will take time. It's like, because you're going to walk in, and I don't care how seasoned of a shopper you are. Like, hey, I've shopped every day for my entire life. You're going to walk in there, and you're going to be so you're going to look out of place.
Right.
You're going to look you're going to be like, wow. And they're going to come, hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for cameras. I'm looking for books. I'm looking for men's clothing. And they're going to say, oh, it's right over there.
Or you could be like me and go, I just want to see it all.
So she just plows on in.
Oh, and they have these really cool mesh bags.
Yes.
And they have shopping carts and everything.
Right.
So
I forgot about the bags.
Yeah.
So the first thing I noticed that Marie is suddenly girding her loins like she's an extra in Braveheart. She's like, freedom! And she just goes, ah! You just go bolting in.
I do.
You just like a shot out of a cannon, bam, and Maria's gone.
I love it.
Leaving me alone in the store.
I know. And at one point I was like, should I go check and see what he's doing? I was like, no, there's a lot of stuff to look at in here. He's on his own.
I'm like a lost child at JCPenney's going, where's Mom? What happened here? What did I do? Oh, that's a sad thing. But, look, I don't shop. I'm a lousy shopper.
I'm not a great shopper.
No, but you.
But I did get into it a lot.
Yeah. This is more like I will totally go in. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, dipping my toes in the water. But then I warmed up to it too. And then I went a totally different direction from you.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't think I told you where. It was like, well, you're going to bye. Boop,
I had to text you to find you, to find out where you were. Hey, where are you?
I'm sending up flares going, I'm at this end of the thing.
We literally found ourselves at each different end.
Yeah.
And then I was like, meet me in the middle. It was like, meet me at the cafe.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go up, I remember where I went. I went up to the right because that's where the books are because I'm a book fiend. So that's where the books are. And like the cameras and sporting goods, electronic stuff like that, it's up on the top right. You have to go up a short flight of stairs.
Yeah.
So I did that. Directly in front are purses, handbags, women's clothing.
And then there was jewelry down there too.
And jewelry's down there.
Yes,
that's right.
Exactly.
And then down on the left is men's clothing, kids stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing just keeps going.
It's a lot of clothes. Mm-hmm. And then you would be really shocked at the amount of electronics.
Yes.
So like at the beginning of the show when we were like, who leaves an iPad and iPhone? A lot of people. Yeah. Because like there were a lot of electronics.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, wow, that's something. Okay. So do you want to talk about what you found or should we talk about what I found?
I will talk about what I found.
Okay.
Because like I said before, I like some good sunglasses.
Yes.
I looked at all the sunglasses. I wasn't sold on the sunglasses. Mm-hmm. I think it was because I still had a couple pairs of sunglasses that I was like changing out and wearing.
Craziness.
I know, but I was like, if something really moved me, I was going to buy it.
Right.
The second thing I really, really love to shop for are bags.
Okay.
Like I just like a good bag. Mm-hmm. And I am not some fashionista.
Right.
We travel a lot. We have a lot of travel clothes.
Yeah, we do.
And so I like a good bag to go with my neutral tones that I'm wearing because we travel and I don't want to overpack a lot of the time. And so I went immediately and found purses. Yeah. So I found 2 really good purses.
If you're watching on YouTube, the purses are displayed right here.
And one of them was a Ralph Lauren little crossover body bag. It's houndstooth and leather, and I read the description and it says it's calf hair, but I don't know if that's faux. I think it's faux. But anyway, we're knowing that it's Ralph Lauren, though it probably isn't. I'm not big on buying fur. So like I probably bought something if it is real that I wasn't aware of, but I just love the look of it. It's a drawstring purse.
Okay.
Here's the deal. It came with the tags on it. Now, I will say this. All this talk of people leaving their stuff behind or their bags getting lost and then it's showing up at Unclaimed Baggage. Unclaimed Baggage, and we don't know this for certain, like how this process works, but we know we saw it.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to find out more about this. They did have lots of things like
like pallets
of things that they either I think were routed in merchandising, like between the retail store,
misrouted, or whatever,
and the other
they were.
retail store, or like between a buyer and a merchandiser or something.
Like something said to Nordstrom's and it doesn't make it or something like that. We don't quite know the logistics of that, but what we are telling you is that there are things that still have the tags on. They're brand new.
One of the things that we saw that really was like, whoa, it was brand new bags. Like, you get a 6-pack bag of socks. There were just like pallets of those. Yeah. And they were just super cheap. And it was because they had either gotten lost somehow between like retail stores, the merchant, whatever, but they ended up here too. Yeah. So one of the things that I saw multiples of, they had multiple bags. And one of them was this Ralph Lauren bag, still had the tags on it. Retails for $278. $278.
This is for one bag.
Yeah, this is one bag. This is the Dryden Debbie 2 Gray.
That's creepy. You just sound like one of those voice automated, like, what would you like? I would like a bag now. Okay, that's what the bag is.
And it retails for $278 on ralphlauren.com.
Okay.
Or in the store.
Okay.
I paid $79 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
You saved $200 on that?
I did. Yeah, and it's a really good bag.
Gee whiz. Okay.
And that's because like it's good quality. It's leather. And apparently it's got calf hair on it. I don't know. That's a feature I wasn't really sure about. But I like the houndstooth. I like the design, the print. I feel like it's very classic. And it's a good bag. I've used it once because we're not traveling right now.
Right.
But it's a cute little day bag, and I love it.
Very cool.
The other bag that I found was a Calvin Klein bag.
Oh.
This is the Calvin Klein Cali tote. And it's leopard print and it's leather, and I did look it up, and it is faux fur.
Okay.
So, but it retailed for $268. I got this bad boy for 49 bills, yo. That is what I'm talking about. And it is beautiful.
You're a thrifty thrifter.
And I don't usually, that's the thing about this. I don't usually go for leopard print. I don't
Right.
like, I like the houndstooth. I don't usually go for this, but it was definitely worth it to get something at this price that's this quality, because I wouldn't normally buy this at the retail store anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it's really cool.
So, Marie, I'm not saying you're like a bag connoisseur, but you know bags better than I know bags, and these are good bags.
Yeah, these are really good. And, I'm not some, like, I don't know every designer and every label, and I'm not that big of a fashionista, like I said, but
Fashionista.
these are really good.
Yeah.
And some people will really appreciate what I just talked about.
Yeah. So you can do that. Now, from my perspective, here's what I did, because I'm a guy. And not saying I'm not looking for a good bag, because, well, I'm not. But I thought I'll go up and look at some books.
Yeah.
And because I want to find a book. I found a book, and the book I found is The Ice Balloon by Alec Wilkinson. And this is about some of the first balloon travel ever, and and this is the book. I actually have this on my nightstand. Here's my book. And it is a book about basically flying over the North Pole when they were trying to decide how to, this is hundreds of years ago. They just developed the balloons. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is like a buck or two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a whole library upstairs.
Right.
There's sporting gear upstairs. There's all the electronics upstairs. All sorts of really cool stuff.
I am really shocked that in the top 10 list that we started with,
Yeah.
that books were not on there.
Oh my gosh. Now that you mention it, books should totally be on there.
And I mean, there were so many Unclaimed Baggage, it would make sense.
Yeah. Oh, there were a lot of books. So I just wandered around and got some books.
Yeah.
And the other things we did look at jewelry, by the way.
Yes, we did. And that was fun.
There's a lot of jewelry there.
There's a lot, and it's really good stuff. The jewelry is, oh my gosh.
And let's point out the price range. It goes from a couple of bucks to more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go in on a budget and say, I'm looking for a ring, this is the ring size, this is what I'm looking for, and I can spend $100 or more than that, or less than that even,
right.
They probably can accommodate you.
There was a show that we watched where people were on budgets. And one of the couples, one thing they did, they were getting married.
Yeah.
They went to Unclaimed Baggage. Do you remember this?
Yes. Oh, yes. Now I do.
And they had a budget of like $300 or something. And they were able to find a tux for the guy, her wedding dress,
right,
plus wedding rings.
Yes.
And they married them there.
Yeah.
There was a guy working at Unclaimed Baggage that was an actual minister.
Yeah, just as the piece, whatever it was. But he could totally do it. And it was legal and everything was great.
Oh my gosh. That is something. So you could probably Google it and find the name of the show and who they were. Anyway, super cool.
Yeah. And so it's a really neat place. There's all sorts of stuff. In fact, on our website, vocavacay.com, if you look on the page, it says nuggets.
Yeah.
We always post nuggets, which are pictures or links or all this stuff. So we'll put the Unclaimed Baggage, we'll put the website link there.
Yes.
And of course, pictures of our experiences there.
Yay.
Because it's kind of cool.
Because we took pictures.
Yeah. And by the way, all the stuff that you see when we take pictures of it is probably changed since then.
Yeah.
Because the stock rotates frequently. You always see these helper people, all the workers.
Yeah.
They're always pushing carts and bringing out new stuff.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So you're going to find whatever you want.
It's very cool.
Now, this used to be open 6 days a week.
Right.
And again, COVID rears its head on this one.
Right.
The hours have been cut back due to COVID. Now it's open Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
And however, there's a new wrinkle in this.
Oh, yes.
You can shop online.
They just recently went online.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So now, if you can't go every day.
Right.
Because it's too far away.
Yeah, it's Scottsboro, Alabama. It's Northeast Alabama, gang. If you can't get there, you can't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can now find all the stuff that,
I'm pointing towards your houndstooth purse right now.
things that maybe stars have left on planes.
Yes. Things
that whoever else, everyday people have left on planes.
Yeah.
some electronics.
We saw
anything.
like golf clubs for some reason. Yeah. You can buy these things.
They had snowboards.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
You would think you would notice you didn't have it with you, Skip. Dude, where's your snowboard? We're going to hit the moguls. God, I don't have my board.
What's a mogul?
It's like a little bump you go over, like a small hill on a ski. You've never been moguling?
I've never snowboarded.
I've never moguled. So anyway, so you can totally do that, and you can shop online.
Yeah.
And we will post the link under our Nuggets page at vocavacay.com. You can totally go shop online.
Check out the Nuggets.
Now you're going to love this. Now, one of the questions that is asked is, what are the weirdest things they've ever found in their baggage?
Oh, yeah.
Because all these things come in, and not everything is just like, oh, wow, look, here's a necklace, or, here's a watch, or something like that.
Right.
We've actually we tracked down the list of their funkiest finds in 50 years.
Yes.
The funky 50-year finds. It goes like this. Here are some of the things. One of the 3 Nikon F cameras that was used by NASA's space shuttle in the 1980s.
How random.
They made 3 Nikon F cameras. I guess an astronaut left it behind on a plane.
Oh my gosh.
We're not letting you get...
He's like, my bad, NASA.
Yeah.
Like...
They gave it back to NASA.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
An Egyptian burial mask from 1500 BC. That's when Moses was walking around.
That's crazy.
1500 BC.
Don't let Jim Carrey find that.
That was sold through Christie's auction house in New York.
Wow.
A 336-page leather-bound newspaper from France from 1934.
Okay, wait. Was the print on leather? Or was it just bound in leather?
I think it was bound on leather. So it's like a big book. And that they actually called it a newspaper.
Wow.
That's more like a newspaper book. 330. It's like this thick.
That's
massive.
Yeah.
1930. Let's see. A live rattlesnake.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd love to be beside that passenger.
Yeah. I'd love to be the guy not opening that bag. It's like, hey, Bob, you want to open this bag? There's a sound in there.
You can find on YouTube random weird stuff that comes out of the carousels. Like people will ship like coolers.
Yeah.
And they'll just tape them up.
Yeah.
And then they'll like come apart. And then crabs, like blue crabs or something will come out of them.
No.
People try and bring the weirdest stuff when they travel.
Airline cargo guys are not getting paid nearly enough.
Oh.
No way.
Or just when you go through customs and immigration.
Yeah.
Like people that are like, do you have any agricultural products? People are like, no, of course I don't.
No.
And then they pull you aside and they're like, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I don't know how they find them, but they're like, no, you cannot bring an entire bag of plantains through the country. Like, it's like, who brings this stuff? Okay, anyway.
Plantains.
Those big banana things, right?
Yeah. But they don't taste like bananas. It's like a thing. A shrunken head.
Okay, this is too much. I do not believe this.
It's true.
I mean, what flight was that from?
I don't know. But someone left behind a shrunken head.
Oh my! What is this? Midnight in the Garden of Good and Traveling?
Wait,
good and evil passengers.
It seems like there's a Brady Bunch episode where they took a very Brady vacation in Hawaii, and a shrunken head was somehow involved.
Oh yeah, well see, because I was thinking of
this sounds like a Marcia
voodoo
thing.
In the South. Like I was like,
I have no idea.
This is so random and weird.
A violin made by a student of Stradivarius. Not Stradivarius himself, but a student of his.
That is really cool.
Worth money. And of all the random things, the xylophone from Neil Diamond's 2008 tour.
I don't believe you.
I speak the truth.
This is just a lie.
So
it's so specific.
Look at your list. Out of all these items, which one would you like to have found and put a bid on?
Oh my God.
And if you say the xylophone from Neil Diamond, we're going to have a long discussion.
No, it is too specific yet totally random. Like, it is so weird.
I love this. I love all the stuff on here.
I think the camera.
The NASA camera would be kind of cool.
Because I like techie gadget things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going for, right?
The freaking head.
The shrunken head.
I knew it.
It's a shrunken head.
You are so random.
It's a head, but it's shrunken down. What? Am I wrong on this? That's the coolest thing ever.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what do you got? What? Hey, Frank, what's in the bag? Shrunken head. Oh, cool. Every guy anywhere would be like, okay, show me the head. You show me, wow, that's a shrunken head.
Show me the head.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So we're having a little bit of a disagreement here.
Never happens.
There are other disagreements that people have when they travel.
Sure.
If you've ever bickered on a vacay or had a minor squabble, not us.
Never.
If you've ever had a problem like this, we have a segment of the show that we love. It's called Monica versus Joey, where basically we think about the cast from Friends and how they approach things differently, and they might not see eye to eye on a certain subject.
Sure.
Should we do that right now?
Absolutely.
It's time now. It's time right now for Monica versus Joey.
It's game on. It's time for Monica versus Joey.
All right. So I told you before that I love to thrift. I like a good yard sale. Antiquing is fun.
Sure.
But I also like things that are like in order and clean.
Oh, boy.
And like that can be used right away. I like turnkey thrifting.
Okay.
Let's just call it that.
Okay, fine.
Where I'm like, oh, this is clearly used and at a good price.
Yes.
But it looks really new and shiny and perfect.
Sanitized.
So
Okay, Monica.
I like that, like at Unclaimed Baggage, like
Right.
you walked in, it was like a retail store almost. Like smelled like retail, looked like retail. I mean, it wasn't like stuff thrown in a bin that you're like having to like fight other people to go through.
You're not rooting through it or whatever.
Everything's
It's
like
everything.
cleaned and cataloged, and like it's got nice like tags, and like it's nice.
Yeah.
I like to keep it nice.
Oh, overrated. Okay, that's the Monica perspective. If you watch Friends, you know what we're talking about. Joey, on the other hand, I'll be Joey for this situation.
Okay.
Look, I'll do yard sales and thrifts. I'll do whatever because again, I'm not a big shopper. But it's like, yeah, I'll totally get into this. And,
Yeah.
you know, if the occasion fit. My experiences. I'm thinking back when I was growing up in my youth.
Your ute.
My ute. What is a ute? Army, Navy, military surplus stores. Okay, that's my experience. And here's the deal: Army, Navy, military surplus stores. The experience
That's a
is,
distinct smell.
oh yeah, it smells like the barracks.
Yeah.
Look, gang, when you walk in there, I'm not saying things aren't cleaned and pressed and sanitized for your protection, but holy moly, you're
Yeah.
gonna find stuff that's like, yeah, these combat boots and this camouflage still has just like funk on it. It just does.
Still got the desert.
Yeah.
The desert charm.
You're shaking sand out of the boots, I tells you. Sand, I tells you.
Desert charm smell.
I'm simply saying if I'm going to go thrifting away, I
Sure.
don't mind a little bit more impediment. That's not a Joey word at all.
No.
But I don't mind having to say, okay,
a little
I'll
more
wash it.
authenticity
There you go.
with your product.
I'm fine
Yeah.
with this. If
Yeah.
I'm going to go thrifty, I go thrifty, 100%. I
Right.
don't compromise. I don't need the retail experience. I can just go in and say, hey, you know what? Okay, so there's still some funk on it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll deal. I'm getting it for a deal anyway.
Says the man who would take the shrunken head.
Yes. Yes. If there's a little dust on the shrunken head, I clean it off. It's no big deal.
That's so bad.
Yeah, you can bleach a shrunken head, probably. I'll make it work. Okay, but now for Monica, of course, the things have to be a little bit cleaner.
I like it nice.
And you want the clothes folded. Oh boy.
No, it's just, I think the ladies know and whoever else knows. Like, you want a good deal.
Yeah.
And you want something that feels like you want it new to you.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of like how
Yeah.
you like it, you know?
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
And there are some things that, like, you can't get around it. If you really want it and it's worth something, it's nostalgic for you, or it's a real antique piece, you're never going to get it to new. Like,
Right.
and that's fine. But yeah, I do like things that are a little more, tidy and like pretty.
Understood. So, and at Unclaimed Baggage, they do that for you.
Yeah.
And at my Army Navy surplus store, it smells like apocalypse now.
It's the difference, like in like cars. I like new car smell.
Yeah.
You like a car broken in.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my car.
Car's got more miles on it. That car will make it. Might have to pop the clutch going downhill to start it, but it'll start.
Awesome.
Yeah, it will. Okay, so
Yeah.
agree to disagree.
Yeah, sure.
But now I'll just say I'm disagreeing right now. That being said, okay, so you need to know that you got to get to Scottsboro, Alabama. You got to check out Unclaimed Baggage.
Or see them online now.
Yeah, or see them online. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can do that. But you know what you need to do to make your experience even better? And this is if you travel to Scottsboro.
Okay.
This is a little factoid if you go to Scottsboro, Alabama, and to their location.
Yes.
You know what you need right now?
I'm remembering right now.
Okay, you need to know this travel nugget.
Ooh, I like a good travel nugget.
Okay, I'm not saying I'm going to leave my beloved wife and move someplace else. But if I ever had to pick a restaurant to move to and live right above, because I think there's rooms up there, it is Payne's Sandwich Shop and Soda Fountain in Scottsboro, Alabama. And you're agreeing with me on this.
I can't even. Like,
this place was awesome.
We shopped, and then they do have a cafe at Unclaimed Baggage.
Sure.
But also, if I go somewhere for the first time, I'm like, let's drive around, look at the town square. Like, because these are little towns in like the American South.
Scottsboro is not a big town.
Yeah. And I'm like, let's check it out. Like, let's see what's going on here.
We drive around.
And like, we drive around, we find the downtown square area.
Yeah.
And it's like many other downtown squares.
Yeah, there's the courthouse, there's some lawyer's office, there's an insurance guy.
A little park.
It's the usual stuff.
Yeah, little buildings, like shops, whatever.
Right.
And so we didn't eat at Unclaimed Baggage. We didn't get a snack there.
No.
But I was getting hungry after all the shopping.
And we got to drive back.
Yes.
So we got a couple hours on the road in front of us. And here's the deal. We're not going to stop off at a chain restaurant or a fast food place, because when you're going, go ahead and immerse yourself.
Yes.
And this is a lesson not just for internationally. If you're going to a new town, go find out what they're eating and eat there. Try that.
I was just about to say that, because like they did have your chain stuff.
Absolutely.
Like your McDonald's, your like whatever.
Burger King, Taco Bell, what have you.
But we saw this lovely little... It's not really a greasy spoon.
No.
Because it's not that feel, but it is like a 50s diner-ish kind of feel.
It's a soda shop. It's a soda
shop, but it did have like a local kind of like, it was,
one of a kind, nostalgic.
Yes, one of a kind.
It was great.
So I loved it so much.
Payne's Sandwich Shop and Soda Fountain. It's been there since 1869.
Oh my gosh.
Repeating that, this has been in business longer than some of the states in this country have been states.
Oh my God.
Take that, Alaska, Hawaii, and some of you Wyoming people. Seriously.
I am so thankful that we stumbled upon this.
Yeah, we drove around the square and we saw a lot of people, and it's like, what is this place? So we go in, and it's a neat place. It's an old-fashioned soda shop. It's on the town square. They have wonderful sandwiches. And if you don't like the flavors, we're going to hip you to the prices too.
Yeah.
So it's another reason to love this place. They have great sandwiches like a pimento cheese
Oh, that
sandwiches.
takes you back.
I love pimento cheese sandwiches.
I know you do.
$5.
Oh my gosh.
BLTs, bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
Love it.
$6. Hot dogs are $1.50.
Oh.
They have, and here's what really sold me on. They have extensive ice cream options, all sorts of flavors, all sorts of toppings. You get sundaes, you get
That's
splits.
because you can get floats.
You get floats.
Yeah. So it's like they have to have all the ice cream. And then, oh my gosh.
I remember they had like a jukebox.
Yes.
And their floor is like the black and white checkered tile look. And it's just like a 1950s feel.
Yeah.
I think they have like, Elvis memorabilia up just randomly.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. You've got to check it out.
Very cool.
It is in Scottsboro,
And it's in a historic
Alabama.
building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the square. And I mean, it's just it was such a good like feel.
And we walk in and we are not locals because, again, small town, they know who's going to be a regular and coming back.
Yeah.
We walk in and they're the kindest people just saying, what would you like? What are you in the mood for? And basically like, how hungry are you?
Yeah, they did. They were like, so... And here's the thing, the locals that were there, it was a lot of high school students.
Yes.
And it was like a Saturday.
Yeah.
So they were like hanging out on a Saturday. And lots of families, lots of, I think other tourists.
Yes.
That had come to Unclaimed Baggage.
That they found it too.
But like, they were like, let us help you figure out what to get.
Yes.
Because I was like, I don't want to get to something too big because we have to drive. Like, I just want something to like satiate us.
And I want a dessert.
And you wanted dessert, and I wanted something savory.
I want dessert.
So what we ended up doing was they said you could get the biggest sandwich that they had.
Yes.
And just split it.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We got, I think it was the Dagwood.
Yeah.
And we just split it.
Yeah.
And then we got like, instead of a big sundae, we got like a single or a 2-scoop sundae.
Yeah, it's like a 2-scoop sundae, and you can pick
And
the
then we
flavors, the
split that.
toppings, all this
It was
stuff. And
perfect.
guys, we got out of there for cheap, and it is really good quality, really good stuff. In fact, had we gone on a Thursday is Senior Scoop Day, where seniors get ice cream scoops for a nickel.
I love it.
A nickel, I tells you.
Oh. So wait, if we go back, you can get it for a nickel, right?
You whippersnappers. I don't know if I want vanilla or chocolate. I might have both. The soda fountain decor, it's white, red, black. It is a jukebox. It's a great place. And we are definitely putting the link for this on our Travel Nuggets part of the website on vocavacay.com.
And
Payne's Sandwich Shop and Soda Fountain.
Hopefully they have their menu online.
Yes.
Because it would be nice for people to see. But we'll see. We'll definitely put the link to the soda fountain shop.
Yes. You want to see this. You want to go there. And if you go to Unclaimed Baggage, this is where you need to. This is a must stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do not skip this place.
Love it.
How do you find it? Go to the town square. Where is it? It's small town. Dude, you'll find it. It's
you
right
pass
there.
it on the main road going in.
You'll
to
pass it
Unclaimed
coming
Baggage.
out.
Yeah.
It's right there, and there's signs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we look at and go, this is something you got to do when you travel.
Yeah.
Now, whenever we do a show, we always go through, it has to be something unusual or weird travel news or just something that's just so inconceivable that you look at and go, what are you talking about? Is this a real story? It's absolutely a real story.
Yeah.
Whenever we close out the program, we always have this special little segment that we love so much.
I love it.
And it's called What the Holy Guacamole?
What the holy guacamole are you talking about?
Okay, COVID's going on right now, and I know you're bored, you're getting stir crazy, cabin fever, kind of cooped up and all stuff, and you're just tired of dealing with the same people over and over. Why are you looking at me like that? We live together.
I didn't mean it that way.
You're like, yeah. Can I go visit someone else, please? I don't care who. I just got to get out.
You again?
Yeah. Why are you still? You're still here? What's
Woke up
going
yesterday, you were here. Woke up today, you were here. I'll wake up tomorrow, you were here.
It's like Groundhog Day again and again and again. What has happened? You've got nothing. Nothing I tells you. On the 10,000 people in Taiwan, I shall explain.
Okay.
In Taiwan, they have the Civil Aviation Administration. They organized a fantasy flight. You got to just hear me out on this. This is so bizarre.
Okay.
I can't wrap my head around this.
What?
They wanted to recreate the awesomeness of air travel without actually flying. So there were 10,000 entries. 10,000 people entered this thing in Taiwan.
Oh my gosh.
33 people won.
Okay.
And you could bring a guest. So there's 66 people so it's like, I win, I take you. So there's 66 people get to do this. They get to board the plane. Let me explain.
This is nuts. This is nuts.
Yeah, and when we first found this, we're like, what the holy guacamole? This is not true. This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Swear we're not making this up. These 66 people, they set up the airport, regular plane. So none of this is fake, mind
gosh.
you. None of this, until I tell you it's fake, is fake. All this is real.
I mean, I'm jonesing to travel, but what?
These 66 people, they went through check-in. Okay? They obtained their boarding passes. Uh-huh. They went through security. Uh-huh. They went through immigration.
Okay.
They waited in line patiently. The gate agent called them. They went down the jetway, the jet bridge. They entered the plane. They sat down. They took their seats. They had to wear face masks because, again, this is all COVID. So they have to wear the face masks on there. And then they shut the cabin door. And the plane did not take off. Instead, fire trucks sprayed the plane with water.
What is happening?
Yes.
This is so outlandish that I can't.
10,000 people in Taiwan filled out the form, entered the contest to go sit on a plane just so they could feel like they were not at home anymore.
So wait, is it to simulate the flying experience?
I guess it's to simulate flying experience since they couldn't. And here's the deal. The plane never left the tarmac. It never moved.
Right.
Instead, they just had fire trucks spray water at the plane. So I guess it looks like the windows, like there's some motion out there to simulate flying, or you're flying in a storm.
I don't know.
Either
I'm so
way.
perplexed by this.
I'm perplexed that 10,000 people actually wanted to do this, and 66
Did they have
people
to
got
pay?
on board. Huh? No.
Oh, it's just a contest.
It's just a contest. So if you win, you get to do all the fun and exciting things of going through an airport, of checking in and going through security and going through.
Okay.
I'm not. What?
I will say this.
What?
I have gotten so good at traveling that I actually don't mind having to go through all of this stuff in order to get to a destination. But before I got good at it, I hated it.
Yes.
Because it was confusing.
Right.
It was like too much. Like I would just be like, why are you checking this? Why are you doing, like, I have to stand in line. Like I'm like doing all these things.
Yep.
And I'm like, so to me, this like is not really a contest. It's more like, it's like a punishment. It's like, why would you do that? Because the part of travel that is awesome.
Yes.
Is when you get there.
Yeah, it's when you get someplace else. You get to try their food, eat their food, drink their drinks. What is this?
Yes.
I don't go on travel. It's like, I can't wait to go stand in line to get a boarding pass. Are you in what?
I guess if you're so bored though.
Wow.
That you would actually be like, okay, I get to interact with other people.
Sure.
I get to do something I feel like is normal.
I get to go through security today.
But that's kind of normal. Like, people are really struggling right now with like missing mundane, normal things.
Yes.
Because the world has changed.
Okay.
So now I kind of get that aspect of it.
Okay, I get the aspect of wanting to go shopping. I get the aspect of saying I want to go on a picnic. I get that aspect. I don't get the aspect, for me, this is one step too far. I can't say, I am so bored, I want to go get a boarding pass, get in line, go through security, go through customs / immigration, go sit down, wait for my zone to be called, and get on a and then it doesn't go anywhere.
But you don't
I'm not that bored yet.
You don't picnic every day of your life.
No.
Right?
Right, true.
Some people have to travel every day for work. Maybe they miss that, and it makes them feel like, okay, I still have something to do in this world.
Sure.
Like, because you're working from home. The best thing I ever read lately was, what's the one thing you're going to miss once the pandemic is over? And it's telling people to mute themselves. Like, it's like, we've been on Zoom. We've been doing all these things. Like,
all the time.
I kind of do, like, I kind of miss, this is really weird, but I kind of do miss just driving into work.
Yeah.
Like, just the commute of like, and ours isn't very far away.
Yes.
And just being like, I need to drive in.
Yeah.
And find a parking space. Swipe my card to get into the building, to open the door. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that all being said, this is a bit much though, because you're having to travel to go somewhere that's not, I mean, you can find things right outside of your house to make you feel more normal again.
Sure.
This is like, you're like, now take me far away. Because I'm sure some of these people came from all over
Taiwan
to like get this. Yeah. And it's like you get to do that, and then you just go home.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, now that's it.
You know what I would do?
And you didn't even get to a destination.
You know what I do though? If I was in Taiwan, if I won this, I took you with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell you that we weren't leaving.
Oh, I would. Oh.
I would say, okay, it's a special flight. I want a prize.
I would kill you.
You got to get the boarding pass, do this, and you'd have to pack everything. And all that.
Did they serve drinks on the plane?
No,
Did they serve snacks?
They better.
The only thing that could make this better for me is,
free
and dare
booze.
I say it, bourbon.
Oh, you got that in at the last minute. You snuck that into this program.
I always do. But yeah, like, did they make it so that the flight actually seemed like a flight? Were there flight attendants? Was there a pilot?
Yes.
Were there engine sounds?
I don't know if there were engine sounds. I don't know if they actually did that, but I do know that it was fully stocked, and people went up and down the aisles, and they gave them little blankies and things like that, and then they just hosed the plane down. It's like, we're flying.
Okay.
And I think that would have a great trick to pull on you is like, hey, there's a special flight. Let's get on it. And you'd be like, where are we going? It's like, I can't tell you. Just pack a couple of different things for different climates and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
You would be a previous Mrs. Barnes before it was all over. You'd be out of here.
Them's divorce terms. Okay.
After they got off the plane, they got to see a security demonstration from customs officials using a sniffer dog. What?
That's a little much.
More of these are planned. More fantasy flights are planned.
I bet the dog had a good time.
Yeah. I get to sniff some bags.
Yeah, finally. I've been off duty for so long. I need to find something.
Anyway.
Yeah. My God.
Okay.
That is so dang funny.
It is absolutely true. Okay, so have we covered the bases here? With
yes.
All right. Just want to say, hey, thanks so much. And, we make these things up. This is all serious and true. But, hey, thanks for checking out Voca Vacay. As always, remember, hey, we're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and the Instagrams.
Instagrams.
We are everywhere. We're a media conglomerate now. We're in Bulgaria and Germany, so take that.
Hit us up. Follow us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely. And as always, we'll see you in 2 weeks, which is a fortnight. So
we'll see you in a fortnight.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for playing along. That's Marie over there.
That's Frank. And don't forget, vacation like it's your job.
Yep.
Live vicariously through yourself.
Darn right. Absolutely. Hey, thanks for playing along. We'll see you next time. All right. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Love ya. Miss ya. Mean it. Bye.
Don't forget to click subscribe. As always, #Voca Vacay at Voca Vacay and visit VocaVacay.com.